Sometimes, even a tiny thread can be a struggle, right? The needle holes on a sewing machine are incredibly small, much smaller than those on a hand sewing needle. And it's fixed to the machine, making threading even more difficult. But don't worry, there are actually some incredibly easy tricks to thread your sewing machine needle quickly and smoothly. Let me show you how. Method 1. Take a short piece of electrical wire. A small piece is enough. Fold it in half. In the middle of the wire, carefully separate the plastic insulation with scissors. Be careful not to cut into the copper wire inside. Next, use a sharp, thin object like the tip of a screwdriver or a needle to pull up just one strand of copper wire. Pull it out a little, like this. You don't need to pull it out completely. Then, stick the two sides of the wire insulation together to secure the copper wire in place. Finally, gently pinch the copper wire so that it is thinner than the sewing machine needle hole. Now we have a super handy tool for threading needles. First, align the needle hole with the copper wire and gently thread it through. Then, thread the thread through the small loop created by the bent copper wire. Finally, pull the wire out of the needle hole. See? When the copper wire comes out, it will pull the thread through the needle. Threading becomes quick and easy. Anyone can do it, no matter how small the needle hole is. This method is not only practical, but also reusable. This method is practical, simple, and completely free. Second method. Paper trick: take a thin sheet of paper, like writing paper. Fold the paper diagonally and press firmly into the crease. Cut a sharp corner at an angle less than 30 degrees. It's great to know that we meet all over the world. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, you can subscribe by clicking the subscribe button. It's great to see your support. Thread the thread along the crease and cut off the excess. Thread the pointed end of the paper through the needle hole. If it's too big, cut it smaller until it fits. After threading it through, gently pull the thread out, and the needle is threaded. Just take the paper out and you're done in seconds. There you have it. Third method. Using a broom fiber to thread a needle. You'll see it has many small coconut fibers on its surface. Pick one fiber and smooth it out with your fingernail. Because broom fiber is thin, strong, and flexible, it's very suitable for making a needle threader. Next, take out a plastic straw. Then, cut a suitable length. Fold the broom fiber in half. Cut off the excess and insert it inside the straw. Then use a lighter to lightly heat one end to secure the fiber. And there you have it. A compact needle threader from broom fiber. Threading works the same as the first method. When using it, align the curved end of the broom fiber with the needle hole and gently push it through. Then, thread the sewing thread through the loop of fiber. Finally, pull the thread out of the needle hole. Immediately, the thread will smoothly pass through the needle. The whole process is quick and simple. Anyone can do it, no matter how small the needle hole is. This method is not only practical, but also reusable. Try it now. So easy, right? Method 4. This method uses the old thread to pull the new thread through. When you want to change the thread, don't pull it all the way out. Instead, pull a little bit of the top thread so you have an extra length above the needle. Cut the thread above the needle like this, making sure the bottom part remains in the needle hole. Now, separate the two ends of the old thread so they are apart. Place the new thread to the left of the old thread. Then, wrap the left side of the old thread around the needle 4 to 5 times. Hold it in place with your left hand. Use your right hand to pull the old thread on the right side upwards. As you slowly pull, the new thread will slide through the needle hole with it. And that's it. The new thread is now in place. Super easy, right? This method works perfectly no matter how small the needle hole is or how sharp your eyesight is. You can still thread easily. Method 5. I will guide you in a way similar to Method 4. Cut off the top of the old thread. Then prepare a different colored thread. Tie the two threads together and cut off the excess. Use your left hand to pull the old thread through the needle hole. Once the old thread has passed through, the new thread will also go inside the needle hole. This is also a very simple trick that everyone can apply when changing thread color while using a sewing machine. Five simple, practical, and economical ways to thread a sewing machine needle without struggling. Which method do you like best? Or do you have any other clever tips? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to try these methods the next time you sew. The video ends here. If you have any comments, please leave them below. If you found the video interesting, please give me a like. Don't forget to share it with your family and friends. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for your support. Goodbye. See you in the next video.